Hello viewers and welcome to what will be the final episode of Decidedly Neapolitan Season 2. And I say Season 2 because I guess there could be a Season 3, but there's not going to be a Season... If there is going to be a Season 3, it's not going to be anytime soon. I hate starting out an episode with, this is going to be last episode, because immediately, if I was watching, my interest would kind of like, well, why? But let me tell you, if you have enjoyed this series, you will enjoy this episode because we have some stuff to do. We have some stuff to do. But before those things had come up, before I had stuff to do, I was thinking, what am I going to do? We can explore the hardcore Ender expansion, but I got to tell you, I haven't been feeling it. It's a lot of stuff that I don't really understand. We could get into extra bees, which is, oh my gosh, there's so many other bees. We could start making diamonds. We could start making this. We could start making that. But that would require me to get the extra bees. So I'm either cheating them in or I'm going to the Twiglet Forest and really quickly rushing through all the bosses, killing them off camera. What I was doing for a while on the server is I was playing in my free time before work, because we have two computers. We have one upstairs in my room, which honestly I should get into a guest room so I could be on it without worrying about keeping my wife up. And we have one downstairs. And I was playing down there, but I've just been really busy with some other stuff, and I'm really trying to find that work-life balance. So, yeah. Now, Dolan just started another server, and of course I had to be on it. Like, Dolan, I want to play on a server with you. And I might be doing a series with that, but if I do, it's going to be a completely different style. And even my first episode I have recorded, and I talk about trying to do both. But that obviously will not be the case. Anyway, I might do an episode after this just to go around and kind of look at everything, because we could do that now, but I don't want to do that now. I want this to be focused on the thing that I have to do. Woo, thing to do. And then if we do another episode like that, I'd rather be able to kind of go and look around too at all the other things that people that are no longer playing on the server. And I can also take the opportunity to talk about some of the really positive parts of this server and some of the parts that kind of got in my way that I will likely try to avoid in the future. All right, so with As Everything, our story begins in our mailbox. We have two letters, one from Rick Clark. But I was going to comment on, why is this envelope so much bigger? Is there more stuff in it? Is that what determines the envelope size? If you look in here, if you look at letter, this is the only one. This is the only one. One of these. This is the only one. This is the only one you craft. And I think it's just a different size depending on how many items you attach to it. So let's open this one first. bRanN. Hey bRanN, please can you make me more silky comb producers? Attached are the donors. Excellent. Ugh, and I get all sluggish. Let's place that down and look in the chest. All right, we have a tropical queen. We have two princesses and two drones. The drones I actually don't need because we have so many drones. So many drones. And the tropical queen. We don't want to imprint the queen. And I've gone over this bee stuff so many times, I don't want you to feel like I'm just showing you the same thing. So let me say it very quickly. If we imprint the queen with some traits, when the queen becomes a princess in some drones, when it has the bee babies, we'll have to imprint the offspring again. So it's double the work. I probably have enough pristine princesses to get him going with that. That will be easy. That's a lot of off-camera work. And even for off-camera, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. All right, let's look in this from Rick Clark. bRanN, I found these, thought they might be useful. Forest Princess. Well, actually, we can use these for Kane. Thank you so much, Mr. Rick. So I guess that had 2 items. And this had 1 because it had a chest. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to get started on this, and I'll do most of the work part off camera, but then I'll just real briefly show you what we're doing. Let's look over here, actually, because I might have this actually already all set up and ready to go. Aha, already here. Genetic template with all of our best, very carefully gathered traits, with the addition of the species exotic. All right, so we are going to put that in here. And we're going to need some labware, which I can take these and I can, oh boy, I got plenty of labware. That is good. We can pop those in there, and we're just going to run these through. And I think we'll make him, how many do we want to make? I think we will make 6. Let's make 6. We are going through all the power. Let's pop that over there. I don't think I could fill it up with those. Well, I could swap it out for those, I suppose. Yeah, nah, no, because then I have to reconfigure all the sides. See how lazy I am? But I have these power cubes configured and everything laid out in such a way where I don't actually have to swap the settings on any of them. I just place them in their slots or place them in the charging area, and it works. Oh, there's another one we could always take from there. This one will last a bit. All right, so we got our 6 exotic princesses, and then we are going to take the light gray drones. They're going to become exotic drones, and that's just going to be so when we give the princess and a drone to the hive or the machine or the apiary or whatever it is you choose to put them in, there's no crossbreeding of different traits. They're all going to be the same. In addition, just to make it clear what's going on for Cain, if he looks at these, we're gonna put these all through the beealyzer. It takes a honey drop. The honey drop is said to kind of calm the bee down and help the machine examine it. And that's just going to make it so as you mouse over these, you can hold shift and it'll kind of tell you the basic information. They can work day or night, indoors or outdoors, and they're pretty tolerant for nearly any environment, which is really fantastic. The only thing these guys don't have, the only thing I kind of stop short with all the bee breeding is making it so they can also work in the rain. But that's what beds are for. Sleep away the rain and help the bees to keep working. Look at that. This whole thing got drained real fast. These gray ones, these hardened, do not hold that much. They hold 2 million. Oh my gosh. No, the charge. Wow, 2 million? 2 million? How much do these guys hold? 2 million, 20 million. Wow. What did I do? What did I do? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, they can stack in the output because they're all the same. Well, that's good to know. When you have bees that stack, by the way, 1 honey drop. Bam. Nice. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm so sorry. The other thing that we're going to do is Rick wanted, and we're not just going to give them the traits because, I mean, that'd be kind of boring, right? But Rick wanted some stuff. He wanted automated. He said, is there a way you can automate Enderpearls using these guys? I'm pointing at something somewhere. And the answer is yes. With a carpenter, do we need liquid? Do we need water? The recipe is so... Doesn't need... What does it need? I want to find out. Because we won't just set this up for him. I mean, we won't just give him the bees. We'll actually make it work. It doesn't need water. Okay, that's beautiful. That simplifies things. So we'll need a carpenter. And I guess a little bit of automation to get the stuff going. I'll look at my other bee setup to remember. See, that's another reason why it's kind of a little frustrating to not play for a while. Why is this not go? Oh, it is. It's all melted. Is I kind of forget what the different stuff does and all the work I did to kind of figure out how things automate and how best to put things through. And if there was a mod where I had to look it up and memorize some numbers and some charts and, okay, here's the optimum way to do it. I forget that over time if I don't do it for a while. So that's no good. All right, well, let me show you what I'm going to do for this. This genetic template, we're going to swap it out for this one. This one is exactly the same. The only difference is it doesn't have a species. It also doesn't have tolerant flyer, which is if it'll work in the rain, and flowering, which is something that only helps with tree breeding, which is something we never got into. All right, so I'm going to run all these through because by default, these guys are not optimized to work in the real world. As a matter of fact, these things will probably, I don't remember what effect they give you, but they give you a negative effect, and they actually, by default, they'll only work in the end. So there's a lot of bad stuff we're taking away when we imprint on these. I would do more of these if I had more. Actually, I think I used one of these Ender princesses to make an exotic princess, like derp. And I think I do have a species, so I could take this one and overwrite it and make a whole bunch more. But for now, this is good. And if Rick decides he needs more, like if these aren't producing quickly enough, then we'll go ahead and get some more. I cannot believe the number of flowers created from this single building. Just look at it. It's ridiculous. How? Wow. It's crazy. No, you fancied up your entryway a little bit there, Kane. Nice. Oh, wow. It actually goes... Oh, that's so interesting. Was the original entry higher up? I think it might have been. Oh, cool. And so then this goes directly in. So let's see. I think this is kind of like a main sort of room. So if we put something here, he's certainly to see it. Request complete. bRanN. And if I spelled that wrong, oh my gosh. I should not have spelled that wrong. It's a pretty easy word to spell. Complete. All right, that's everything for him. We'll give him his dolly back because he did not have a whole lot. At least he had mentioned in his video that that was his last one, and I'm not trying to take a man's last dolly. That's just not something you do to somebody. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. You know, I actually brought these flowers for other purposes, but I can get more. And I like to decorate. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Now, I'm not sure where Rick wants his stuff set up. So we'll just do it here. He should definitely see it. Can I? Oh my gosh, Rick, you're so OP. Look at all this. It's amazing. How many diamonds do you have? Oh, I don't have way less, so it doesn't say. Okay, well, almost 2 complete stacks. Not as many as I thought you'd have, since you can manufacture them from coal automatically. Oh my gosh. You need to watch his videos just to see the types of things that he has made. It's pretty crazy. So, this is the basic setup. I finally have everything working. bRanN's bee-powered Enderpearls. So it's a very simple system. It's got the Ender Queen she's going to make when this bar runs out. The princess and the drone, just a single drone. And they will run through. The filter is set to only take a princess and a drone. And everything else will go in here. Everything else being the honeycomb. The princess and drone will only ever go back in here because you got to count the steps, right? So here's 1, 2, 3, done. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, done. So because this is a shorter path, and because this uses nearest first, that will ensure that the queen, becoming the princess and drone, always goes back in, and the product goes here. I probably don't need to explain this in such depth, but I'm also doing it for Rick's benefit, so he can make sure, so I can make sure he understands how it works. He probably does, because he's, oh gosh, he's seen my other videos. So the centrifuge will centrifuge the honeycomb and dump the contents in here. It's going to make honey drops and pulsating propolis. So you're going to want to find a use or a way to take out the honey drops before the chest becomes full. That will probably take a long time. This, just for cleanliness sake, is set up to take just the pulsating propolis. Otherwise, you'd be putting the honeycombs in here, and that's unnecessary. As soon as you get 5 of these, it's going to very slowly, but it's automatic. Going to make a pulsating mesh. The pulsating mesh, once you get 5 of these, is going to slowly make an ender pearl. This is using power, so is the centrifuge, of course. And then ender pearls. It's a slow process, but because it can stay chunk loaded and work day and night when no one's on the server, it doesn't matter, and you can add as many more apiaries as you want. And here is some extra parts that I'm going to leave for Rick. And this is just kind of showing the progression of items. The mysterious comb making the pulsating propolis, the honey drop, and then those items becoming, these guys becoming the pulsating mesh. I should slip it around like that. That looks nicer. And that becomes ender pearl. Job done. Nice. Great. Super. Fantastic. Oh, look. There's one right now. And it goes in there. Let's watch it on its journey through the system. It becomes the propolis, and it goes, and it became, oh, we missed it. Oh, it's there. It's so beautiful. All right, viewers, and with that, we are going to call it here. Thank you so much for watching this series. I really appreciate all the love and support everyone gave, and if you didn't give love or support, I don't appreciate you at all, unless you want to decide to give love and support, in which case, thank you very much. I still don't know if I'll walk around my base and walk around the server, and those are kind of 2 separate topics as well, but I could combine them. Would be interesting if you are a fan of the series, if you've watched any episodes, the people that comment faithfully, I know you'll give me your feedback, but I also want to hear from those of you that don't post comments that often. Would you want to see a fly around the server? Here's everything as it is on server end. And this is just server end for my channel. Keep that in mind. I will keep the server going for as long as everyone on here wants to do a series. And when we're done, they will have access to the save world, so they can continue to do things on this world if they so choose. So until next time, this has been bRanN. I will see you next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a great day.